Crude oil is one of the most precious resources in the world. Saudi Arabia is fortunate enough to be located on one of the largest deposits of this valuable fuel. It is estimated by the United States Energy Information Administration that the Saudi government controls 16% of the world's total petroleum reserves. In fact, just one oil field contains over 85 billion barrels of crude oil. However, the Saudi oil empire may be endangered by the eco-friendly initiatives of oil importers. For example, Saudi Arabia is the second largest exporter of crude oil to the United States. However, America is beginning to focus more on energy independence with extracting natural gas and then turning that into a cleaner energy source. As natural gas burns, it creates water vapor and carbon dioxide as opposed to much more volatile compounds. Saudi Arabia, however, lacks the infrastructure to collect natural gas, which occurs near oil deposits. As the aggregate demand for cleaner energy and more energy independence increases in these import nations, the Saudi fortunes will begin to dwindle. Despite the fairly restrictive environment the Saudi Arabian government creates for its citizens, foreign workers stationed on oil processing facilities are able to enjoy Western amenities without the fear of persecution by the religious police. This policy was created by the Saudi monarchy to attract.
It is often perceived as being religiously conservative and having an older male-dominated society full of repressed women. On the contrary, Saudi Arabia is a nation full of rich culture and heritage and social diversity. Saudi Arabia is home to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina, and it is state law that in order to become a citizen of Saudi Arabia, you must claim to be a Muslim or have converted to Islam. Therefore, there is a large majority of Muslims living in Saudi, and most of these Muslims are Sunni, with an 85 to 90% of Muslim citizens being Sunni. But this does not stop religious diversity. There is an estimated 1.5 million Christians and an additional 1.5 million Hindus legally residing and working in Saudi Arabia. Saudi also has the highest atheist population in the Middle East, with a number exceeding 5% of peoples living in the country. Saudi Arabia has an equal proportion of men to women, with 1.05 males for every female in the population. Women also have a 91% literacy rate and occupy 60% of the available spaces in universities. In fact, Saudi Arabia is home to Princess Noor University, the largest all-female university in the world. Women only occupy 18.6% of the labor force, but unemployment is only 20%, meaning 4 out of 5 women.
What you need to know about the ulama in Saudi Arabia. First of all, what is the ulama? Ulama refers to the educated class of Muslim scholars. They are arbiters of Sharia law. They are seen as being protectors of the Islamic heritage. Even though the ulama has never been autonomous, their role in the kingdom has been paramount for the formation of Saudi polity. Why is the ulama still relevant in contemporary Saudi Arabia? The main feature of the relationship between these two actors and their interdependence in establishing both their authority and their legitimacy. This symbiotic relationship will continue because the states use religion to strengthen its authority. In addition, the state has used the ulama as an instrument of legitimation. Since that religion has been associated with the formation of Saudi Arabia, the government is dependent upon the ulama by virtue of the latter being the sole interpreters of the religious sources and therefore the main providers of the content and recreation of both values and rules to which the government and society conform to, thus creating norms of public life. Despite the ulama having no direct access to the government's decision-making, the relationship between the ulama and the government is based on interdependence. The role of the ulama contributes to the legitimacy of the regime.
Saudi Arabia foreign policy. In 1932, Ibn Saud came to rule through Wahhabism and by uniting Arabia. The Arabian state was officially named Saudi Arabia. The Treaty of Jeddah in 1933 allowed for a signing of a concession with Standard Oil of Canada, which started the drive for oil. In World War II, Saudi Arabia was neutral until 1945. They declared war on Germany. The economy during the war was based on pilgrimages to Mecca. The advent of World War II caused fewer trips to Mecca and an unstable economy. Saudi Arabia supported Britain. In return, Britain subsidized their economy. The U.S. tried to expand their influence, especially in oil, following World War II, which led to Saudi Arabia trading oil for security in the region with the U.S. Saud opposed Nasser in Egypt, and the people did not like that. Faisal started a coup and brought down Ibn Saud. Yemen was a major foreign policy issue from 1960 to 1970. The Yemen Civil War was near Arabia. Yemen was influenced by the Soviets and this threatened Saudi Arabia. In 1973, Faisal started the Arab oil embargo involving OPEC. After the embargo, Saudi Arabia joined the Arab-Israeli issue and they gave money to Syria and the PLO. Starting in the 1970s, Saudi Arabia has been buying U.S. military technology.
Created using Powtoon.